it is in everybody's experience that nature is going hayway. Its all-time records are broken. So what is it that the government or the intelligent society, the scientific world is doing about it? They're doing anything about it. Second, what is the due correction, of civilians in this country or on the globe? What correction are they supposed to do?
You see, these are not just political problems. These are civilizational issues. Civilizational issues stem from how we live, how we behave, how we consume. So that these problems are created by that. And of course, how we think.
Hi, welcome to KC Talks. Summer is at its peak and we are seeing all-time high recorded temperatures across all the cities of India. So let us understand from Dr. Sahadeva Swami what is the reason for this high temperatures. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So you and I have been suffering from heat wave in Hyderabad. Have you ever seen 43, 44? Have you ever seen this scorching sun before?
Summers are hot in India, nothing new. What is important is that climate is breaking all the records.
Yes.
In last 4, 5, 7 years, every year we have records are being broken. For example, nobody ever saw, like last year or year before that, Europe had temperature in 40s.
Okay.
So nobody ever saw that. Point is now it's not only about heat wave. It's about every record is being broken. Last 50 years, last century, or in the highest in recorded history. That's what this is.
Yes.
Highest rains and highest, chill or highest heat, whatever. Everything is breaking records. That's what is worth noting right now. That records are being broken. So this heat wave is entire. So Dubai, for example, had massive rains, and then in the entire recorded history, it broke all the records. Not once, twice in a span of 2 weeks.
But that is because of cloud seeding, right?
No, that's what it's a cloud seeding. If it's a success, then there'll be no drought. It's just these are fancy terms. Nothing happens with it. You can have maybe cloud seeding and drizzle in some particular area. You just can't produce out of all these are gimmicks.
This massive rains and cannot be produced out of.
These are, whether we like it or not, these are all climatic change. They call it climatic change. We call it karma change.
Okay.
So that's what is happening. It's not only heat. Nature is pushing back, You push nature and nature will push back. Who wins? It's a foregone conclusion. Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya.
Yeah.
You cannot win against the forces of nature. We are too small, So it's climate is creating havoc all over the world. Now present heat wave is entire Southeast Asia, entire Indian peninsula,
Bangalore. We have never seen Bangalore registering any temperatures beyond 40. But today every Bangalorean. So there was a saying in my childhood that in Bangalore you just need one jerkin all your life. When it is a rainy season, you just have to wear the,
Yeah, it was considered an air-conditioned city.
Air-conditioned
no
city.
more. It's become a concrete jungle. All the lakes have been occupied, So we have destroyed. We will pay for that. So you see, you make the earth a trash bin,
Yes.
Because you have only one planet to live on. You have only one planet to live on. And you may claim, we'll do that. Mars will colonize Mars, will colonize Moon. It's just not gonna happen, because it's just not that you've got a fancy flight. I've got a plane. I just can't barge into America, just like that, and
Yeah.
settle there just because I've got a fancy car or a fancy jet. No. So we got to take care of the planet. You don't have that many planets to live on. So this
So two things, sir. One is it is in everybody's experience that nature is going hayway. Its all-time records are broken. So what is it that the government or the intelligent society, the scientific world is doing about it? They're doing anything about it. Second, what is the due correction, of civilians in this country or on the globe? What correction are they supposed to do?
Well, both questions I would say are kind of quite related. The governments and the action which a government can take and which the people can take. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
You see, these are not just political problems. These are civilizational issues. Civilizational issues stem from how we live, how we behave, how we consume. So that these problems are created by that. And of course, how we think. So this reductionism, this theory that we are the masters of the universe. The universe belongs to us. So this is this theory that then when you have this paradigm, from this paradigms comes I am the master of all that I survey. So whatever we see today is a result of this paradigm, that actually nature is for my exploitation. Earlier paradigms were that nature is God's energy, nature is God's nature, and it is meant for I am a custodian, and I am supposed to protect it. I am supposed to preserve it. From that paradigm, that concept, to this exploit the nature, to fullest extent. And when you have that particular mindset, from that mindset comes, okay, we commit crimes against nature. It's just like one values life. When you value life, you consider a man, woman, child, and any animal sacred. But when you don't value life, the moment you see a girl or you see a lady, it's exploit. So point is, nature is not for your exploitation. And the second point is, all that we see outside is a manifestation of what's going on within our hearts. Pollution within our heart, disturbance within our hearts actually manifest as pollution and disturbance outside. So when you have a lifestyle, so it's called, there is unchecked cravings for material fulfillment. For example, let me make it clear for you that you are a person who is satisfied in life. So you have a 12-year-old car, you'll be happy, you're peaceful with that. Okay, car is working, I am able to commute, I am able to do work, gets done, fine. But people are not like that. They need bigger cars, newer models, and imagine the environmental costs of consumerism. Every day newer things, every day better, so-called better things. So point is, where do you end up? There is no end to it. You are trashing the planet, making the planet turning into a giant dustbin. Recently, we were driving and we saw a huge hill, massive hill on the borders of Delhi. So driver said these are the hills of trash. So like trucks were going, it was proper hill, So my colleague was, there are hills. So he never knew. I said, there are so many. There are 60 garbage dumps like that in and around Delhi. and one caught fire.
Hmm.
So, and there are islands of trash in ocean, trash coming together, making islands. It's miles long. It's like 30, 40 miles, 20 miles long, and it was going towards, so they had to drag it back. And they are sending trash to these third world countries, England and Europe, ships come for dumping. So we are turning the planet into so when your heart is full of trash, you trash the outside world also. It's because
Superb.
this is a mind and heart is the place of first creation. That's where things get created.
Beautiful.
This building was first created in the architect's mind.
Yeah. Beautiful narration. Yeah.
So point is, what action when you speak of, we need the paradigms of frugality, paradigms of respecting nature, respecting God's resources. Our founder Srila Prabhupada, even if a tap was dripping, he would call and why the water is getting wasted. And he told, one grain falls on the floor, you pick it up and touch it to your forehead. This is a gift from God. So that was how the people lived. They for centuries. So this party, what we are seeing now, this party is coming to an end because you're running out of the resources. This cannot go on forever.
Yeah.
So what will happen is, you had a pre-industrial life where everything you had to work for.
Yeah.
Pre-industrial way of living is a natural way of living. That you live along like other living beings. But today, after the discovery of fossil fuels, so you could, with that cheap energy, you could have so much of, yesterday I flew from Delhi because there is a cheap energy available. So whole localization is lost. We have entered globalization.
Yeah.
Especially last 100 years now, because of the wars have become globalized. The meat industry has become globalized. Everything is, your tomato ketchup has the, tomatoes imported, spices for like one tomato ketchup was analyzed to have 52 countries, products from 52. The caps, the bottles, the labeling came from some country.
It makes a lot of sense. The tomatoes are coming from Spain.
So
the spices
52
coming from another
countries
country.
for one tomato ketchup. So my point is that if you got to do something about it, you will have, human society will have to go for non-material satisfaction. This urge to unrestrained urge to consume has to be replaced with non-material satisfaction.
Yeah.
When you go for non-material satisfaction, then that you don't require so much of resources to satisfy your. Today people are building skyscraper, buying cars left, right, and consuming resources. Are they happy? Because that's a nature. You cannot be happy. But if you have non-material satisfaction, that means spiritual satisfaction, then whatever you have, you'll be happy. So when you ask, you see, the whole environmental activism is just hypocrisy. There was this little girl called Greta.
Yeah.
The Swedish girl, right?
Yes.
She went for a very big demonstration, and now she's going somewhere or back home, whatever. And they show in the train, and then she has got all this plastic wrap her lunch she's having,
Okay.
So that's what somebody posted, that in what way she's different from anybody
else. Okay.
She's creating same amount of trash. She is having the same carbon footprint. So in what way she is different? She is eating meat. But somebody who is actually having non-material satisfaction, he won't create so much carbon footprint. He will be just like, for example, we have people in our movement who were at one point, flamboyant lifestyle. Today they live very simply.
Yeah.
Their food is very simple, very local, without much having carbon footprint. So like that, this non-material satisfaction, how we are getting, shall I tell you?
Yeah.
We are getting this non-material satisfaction by the practice of mantra meditation. So I feel, and I have seen in my life and millions of our other members, that once we chant this mantra, the great chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, the urge to consume comes down.
Okay.
And that way, I feel we would be doing a service, and the planet will be under less pressure. It's under a lot of pressure now. Our soils are under pressure. Our water bodies are under pressure. Water table is under pressure. Our air flow is under pressure. Everything, we are creating havoc everywhere.
Beautiful, Swamiji. So you nailed it down, saying that there's nothing much the government can do or a policymakers can do. It is the individual's choice. So the change should happen at an individual level.
Yeah, policymaker, it is their duty to propagate, to educate, to set the policy. But they are themselves, you see, politicians are busy in political battles, fighting political fires. Bureaucrats, they are busy in their jobs. They are not experts. So this is like a society which is like brain, not
brain-dead society.
Using not much using brain to it, and nobody is actually looking far ahead. This is a frivolous society, frivolous civilization.
Yes,
we are caught up, in celebrity issue and this issue. Who's bothered about it?
Definitely, all issues which are supposed to be real issues. Nobody is speaking about them.
No media coverage, nothing. It's all about, he said this, he did this, and he was
celebrity affairs and
paparazzi. They went there, keeping up with Kardashian, not with civilizational issues.
Definitely makes a lot of sense. So you mean to say that in order to safeguard the planet, a person has to become little spiritual, so that he will become some containment will come. And then probably, he will, then all the gamut of localization and not exploiting and, having less carbon, trying to make less carbon footprints, all of that will come into the picture.
Yes. You see, if you see just before the onset of Industrial Revolution, you see, people were localized. People lived a God-centered life. And they were living with their environment,
agriculture
in a sustainable way for thousands of years.
Yes.
When they visited China, these Western experts, they wrote that book called, Farmers of 40 Centuries. They wrote those books, and people have preserved their lands for 40 centuries. And today we have trashed our soils in 2-3 decades.
2-3 decades, yeah.
So where is because they considered it sacred, they considered it valuable. Today we don't care for life, because that comes from that the world is actually owned by God, created by God. Today it's so then your duty is to protect what you have. It's a part of your service or gratitude to God. So it's a godless frivolous civilization. It's doomed. It has no future. So at this rate of consumption and this rate of destruction, exploitation, it just party cannot go on forever. Yeah. Everybody knows there was a program called Earth, 2100. There was a famous documentary, I think, called Earth 2001, that this civilization will not see the end of this century. It's famous documentary by the top experts of the world.
There's a beautiful movie called Avatar, if you have heard of it.
Avatar, yes.
So James Cameron.
Yes,
So he says a narrative there. It's a narrative of the movie is They go to another planet
Mm.
to exploit that planet because the resources on the earth have gone extinct now.
Mm.
So they are drained of the resources on the earth. So they go to some another planet called some Pandora or something. I don't remember.
Okay.
And then the local Pandora planet tribes, they
Ah.
fight with humans and they send them back. So it's a very beautiful narrative. But then people were so attracted to the avatar graphics and the kind of animation work that he has done. But the concept is, he really showed, he really stated it.
Yeah.
That, if we keep exploiting resources on the earth like this, we can't.
Yeah.
We
the
need to be
ocean.
dependent on that. That's what probably the scientific world is thinking. Let us exploit earth and then we'll live at the cost of some other planet.
It's all, we have atom bombs ready, and these crazy despots are ready.
And crazy politicians.
One fine morning, he has, he just presses the button.
Yeah.
So this all will end
crazy
up
monarchical president. We are actually living at the mercy of his mood swings, right?
Yes. No, it is karma, karma, and how our oceans, such nice creatures. Dust means 40% marine life affected by ocean trash, plastics,
Yeah.
Everywhere we are trashing it left, right, center, and these crimes against creation will not go unpunished.
Yeah.
It's a very serious crime this humanity is doing, and it will have repercussion. We are seeing now,
Yeah. It's in everybody's experience. You go to Delhi, you go to Bangalore, which is you probably have to live in. So going forward, I think all the rich people will have to escape to some hill stations.
And you see, point is the industrialization. We think industry is progress, right? India just is like holding its breath when this Tesla guy is going to come, and Tesla factory will come, and then whole India will be delivered. All our problems. That's right. What's the name? Tesla gentleman? No, the owner.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk will come. Oh, he's gone to China. Oh, I saw in news. Point is, if he sets up his Tesla, what's gonna happen?
5,000 new jobs will be created.
You've got jobs here. Land and cows, everybody engage perfectly. And what they're gonna, as a laborers, will be paid, or whatever job holder. What Tesla is going is, Tesla will make money out of here, and it'll destroy the natural support system of the area.
Definitely.
Which that area will not recover for centuries and millennia.
Beautiful.
So this is what is you are actually looking at, that water table, the green cover, the soils, everything will be ruined by that industry.
Yeah.
So industry is what we need is today deindustrialization. What we need today is going back to land and cows, agrarian economy. And I tell you, you can make millions out of sustainable agriculture. Yes or no?
Yes.
There are thousands of such examples. IIT and IM graduates who have left their high-paying corporate jobs and gone back to land and cows, and they are minting millions. Is that correct? We can Google up.
Yeah. Definitely, yes.
So there is money there, and there you can serve Mother Earth, you can serve Mother Cow, and there is factory. The land is every inch, of a fertile organic soil is a factory.
Yeah.
Where there are millions and billions of organisms working day and night.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. The
So,
top 1 inch of the soil.
No, every square inch of soil has millions and billions of organisms.
Or universal structure in
organic soil, not this chemical.
Definitely.
The dead soils I'm talking.
Yeah.
So that factory we need.
There's an education that is required, Swami.
And the cows udder, cow stomachs, And so many processes go on. They can just give straw and get the most nutritious. That kind of factories we need. The factory is what nature has created, not the factories which will destroy nature.
Yeah, but there has to be a certain education given to the children, given to the next generation, because whatever you're talking, it makes sense to only few people who have read some environmental related books, climate change related thing. They don't nowadays. Who understands? Which IT employee understand what cow does to
You
the earth?
see, that's what our whole education is not relevant.
Yeah.
Lot of things you read in that is just you have no application in life. Education has to be made relevant. First thing education should teach is how to grow food.
Yeah.
Wherever you are. Do you know, in your balcony, you can grow so many micronutrients. You can wipe out malnutrition from this country, from urban farming.
Yeah. Kitchen gardening.
Kitchen gardens. You should teach that. Who is teaching that? Household chores, cooking, basic skills, are they being taught? And then they claim, oh, we are unemployed, because your university education is the reason for your unemployment.
Yeah.
You look at any uneducated person, he has no issues of unemployment. This is a creation of your so-called education.
Yeah.
So then you need to teach about responsible living, about plastic, impact plastic has on the big IAS, IPS ministers don't know what microplastic is, what the dust from the tires do, dust from the when tires they get used up, the dust from the tires is what it is creating. So many papers have come out for the environment from the vehicle tires, wear and tear of tires. Dust coming out of that. Microplastics. Your cells are filled with microplastic today. School should teach. There are 300,000 particles in each water bottle. Microplastics are there. Pieces of plastic. I am not talking. These are the Western research papers.
Scientific articles are saying so.
So that should be taught in schools. Actually, science of living has to be taught. But again, the whole education system is, designed that way, It's a British design still going on. Macaulay's policy,
Yeah.
You try to do something, then there is a political noise,
Yeah. So, thank you so much for so many, from various different gamuts you have shown us. But ultimately, it all boils, it all comes to individual conscious evolution. So every individual, should understand that he should not live at the cost of Mother Earth, and he should not waste water, not use plastic. I call this as self-discipline and responsibility, and then all these individuals, then the collective responsibility and collective conscious, and that's what becomes a societal conscious. So definitely Swamijis like you, if they are trying to teach people in your institution about all of this, you're doing a great job. Definitely some course correction is required, Swamiji, or else I don't see any great future coming ahead.
Yes.
In 2024, if you're seeing 44 degrees, 45 degrees in Hyderabad, then by 2034 it will become a Thar desert.
Yeah, the breaking point is just question of 2-3 degrees. Once it crosses 50, your roads melt, your signboards melt. It's just our life hangs by 2-3 degrees.
Super.
Then the life collapses. There is a certain point, beyond that it all ends, You have seen that traffic lights are melting down. You have seen many countries happening. So point is, it's all very delicate. It's not just 1-2 degree. That's all it matters. That could be all. It could be all over.
Definitely, it is an alarming situation, and we should all raise up to this issue. Thank you so much for your beautiful illustration.
Hare
Krishna.